This is a teardown of an Ingenico iSC Touch 250, and yeah, so under this compartment here, I believe those are like slots for SIM cards or something. Oh, that's actually micro SD card. So yeah, it says SD there. But we're gonna start at the bottom. I think I need some T8 bits to get this apart. This is a credit card terminal station thing. Whole bunch of screws in the bottom holding this together. Although I imagine these terminals take a lot of abuse during their life cycle. Unfortunately, this one I don't think ever got used. But it is what it is. Whoops. I broke the security seal, so warranty's voided. Good to see on the base here. Just a bunch of injection molded plastic and a little metal reinforcement for Kensington lock, which is kind of an odd thing. I don't think I've ever seen a credit card terminal tied down using a Kensington lock before. A little ribbon cable here, presumably for the display backlight from the looks of it. Oh, another cable here. That's for a speaker. And gonna get the display cables disconnected here. And we got the keypad. It's kind of different. Alright. I wonder if this is a giant light pipe. I don't know if these are backlit or not. I don't see any way for this to be lit. But yeah, you got rubber pad with the buttons. Injection molded. And then caps are stuck on top. Kind of neat. I think oh, they're glued. You can see the glue residue maybe. It doesn't show up on camera. There's little spots of glue on them like they super glued it or something. We'll get the display out here next. More T8 screws. Very sturdy construction, that's for sure. Injection molded plastic frame. Rear support for the display. Here's the display assembly. Looks like custom made, has their branding on it. Let's see, this controller chip is. Which way do I need to go here? Please focus. Well, I can't read that through the camera while holding it steady, so if you want to see what it is, feel free to pause. Oh man. Let's see here, I'm just going to pry this away. Actually, I think this might be the coil for tap to pay. It looks like it's going all the way around in a loop. It's not going anything. So this is a giant antenna basically. Yeah, so it's an antenna. Front plastic support bracket. And this does have a digitizer on it by Circ Corporation. I think that's what I saw for branding on the chip, so yeah. Very beefy, heavy display. Granted, most of that weight's coming from the glass. But, yeah, it's interesting. So, next, we'll pop out the card reader. Shouldn't be anything too interesting here. Pretty typical looking design. The tracks and the head for reading the cards. Right here. Kind of looks like a cassette player head. 3 tracks there, I believe, is what those 3 different segments mean. Oh, it's double-sided. That's interesting. They must have made this so you can swipe it without having the card a specific way? Oh. There's 2 different ones. Kind of weird. But, yeah. So, there's just the card swipe housing. On the back here, we got a big old clock battery. Yeah, I'm not going to read what it is, but soldered on some tabs. Micro SD, and then 2 SIM card slots, I believe, is what those are from the looks of it. This is just shielding for chip reader slot. And, we got some memory. Got an SK Hynix chip there. And that's probably the processor. Mon ETF3X. WinBond chip there. That's probably storage. And some other chips doing who knows what. And all this here is power regulation, so I believe this, I'm not sure actually. 2-pin port might actually be powered, but I know these use some weird power supplies. No, the 2-pin is for a stylus. I think the USB looking port is the power input, otherwise it's the weird HDMI port, I forget now. I sold the cables for these, but nobody wanted to buy the terminals, so apparently replacement cables are more valuable than the terminals are. But yeah, I think that's all there is really to see. So hopefully that was interesting, and thanks for watching.